Welcome back to our daily show. We're live for the first time in a few weeks. It's good to be into 2026. Hope you guys had a great holiday break. I know I did. I needed it. You know, I don't know if you guys ever been through that. You know, you just need a couple of days off just to kind of reset and refresh. We got a busy 2026 ahead of us. I mean, think about this. Primary season's going to be here in 3 months, so you know we're going to be following that. We got a ton to follow when it comes to all the local sports, and then so many things when it comes to great business moves happening throughout the next year. Daily Show will be there covering it with you every step of the way. RiverBender.com is where you can stay tuned all the time if you miss the show on demand. It's available for you right there, and then you can be on Apple Podcasts. We're going to change how we do that, too. Not just the full show anymore. I think I'm going to put on the interviews, too, so that way if you guys just have to listen to them or that's the only way you can, we'll make it easier for you. But, yeah, no, just a great Christmas season. I mean, I told you guys this. We had just a wonderful Christmas. I mean, 3 or 4 different ones, but, man, by the time it was over, I was ready for another vacation, you know? It was seriously so great. Everything we wanted or needed was taken care of. Everything that we got people, it seemed like it worked out great. I hope that worked out well for you. If it did not, 2026 is here, you know? Quit crying. That's the choice. That's what I told myself today. You either got to just sit there and take it or you got to do something about it. Make it your year. I mean, we're here. Here's what you need to know as we start off the first Monday, the first real work day of the year. Make sure you download that RiverBender.com app today. Coming up on the show, St. Mary's going to be on. We're going to be talking about their open house. Open enrollment starts for them. Hayner Library, as you know, first and last Monday of the month. They're always on, and they'll be back on telling us about their upcoming events. And going to ask Mary a little bit more about the building progress, which is always pretty exciting too. But like I was just saying, download that RiverBender.com app today. You'll never miss out. You can join myself and well over 90,000 people that are truly in the know. And when you sign up for that, you also have the opportunity to sign up for that daily email update and all those different weather alerts as well. So make sure you guys sign up and stay tuned to your number one source of everything local. We'll take you right here to Alton. This is something we've been following for a few months now. The owners of State Street Trails in Alton, they're going ahead and moving forward with legal consultation after the city voted 5-1 late in 2025 to prohibit the property's use as an outdoor BMX facility. Co-owner Nicholas Goway announced a meeting with their attorney being scheduled for January the 2nd following a successful campaign. We'll have an update on that meeting here shortly. That quickly raised $5,000 that GoFundMe did to cover the initial cost for that legal consultation. The council's decision came amid complaints from nearby residents that regarded noise and safety, though supporters have largely dismissed those concerns. Goway and co-owner Aaron Lockhart aim to restore the BMX's trail operation, which had previously been allowed with city approval. Now, updates on this developing story will be provided as soon as information becomes available. Again, download the RiverBender.com app today. Also in the news, let's start off our Monday in some good news. David Davis, a retired machine adjuster with 40 years at Olin, served as the head of Grandpa Gang for the 2025 Christmas Wonderland season at Rock Springs Park. The event, which ran from November 28th through December 28th, showcased over 4 million lights, including cascading waterfalls and lighted trees, and it delighted thousands of visitors each weekend. Davis, who has volunteered with the Grandpa Gang for 8 years, became president this past year in April, praising the team's teamwork with local departments that overcame early weather challenges. The event continues to support local charities and remains a cherished tradition, bringing festive joy and community spirit to family and friends. We hope you guys had a great time when you went through that over at Rock Springs Park, and if you missed it, make sure you head over there next year when the Grandpa Gang does it again. You can see more on this story at RiverBender.com/news. Also in the news today, after 19 years of dedicated service, Sheriff William Bill Heffington announced his immediate retirement from the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office effective December the 31st. At 67, Heffington cited physical challenges with hips and knees along with a desire to spend more time with his family and grandchildren as reasons for his resignation. Throughout his tenure, he was known for his commitment to helping community, transparency, and a strong work ethic he brought. He expressed concerns over recent criminal justice reforms like the Safety Act, which he believes hinder law enforcement effectiveness. Sheriff Zach Harden is expected to succeed him. The sheriff's office praised Heffington for his leadership and lasting impact on Calhoun County. Also in the news in Granite City police responded to multiple reports of shots fired on New Year's Eve amid holiday celebrations that did raise public safety concerns. Officers investigated 2 separate incidents involving individuals recklessly discharging firearms into the air and ground, leading to search warrants executed at 2 homes. Several people were taken into custody, and 8 firearms alongside numerous rounds of ammunition were confiscated. The police department emphasized that reckless gunfire is dangerous, as is driving under the influence, stressing zero tolerance for such behavior. Residents are urged to prioritize safety, especially during those festive occasions. Finally in the news today, Braden Drew, a senior wrestler for Alton High, captured the 165-pound championship at the 64th William Red Schmidt Holiday Wrestling Tournament in Granite City on December the 30th. Drew dominated the final bout with a 12-1 victory over Batavia's Colin Payton, securing key takedowns and near falls. This tournament marked Drew's 100th career high school win. Congratulations, as he swept all 5 matches to claim that title. Praising his rigorous training and aggressive mindset, Drew expressed confidence heading into the second half of the season and the upcoming IHSA Class 3A postseason tournaments. He aims to keep building on his success and maintain his winning momentum throughout 2026. To see more on athlete spotlights, you can do so at RiverBender.com/sports. All right, let's take a look at weather. Man, we're getting a mild January, and that's starting to scare me. There's something coming. There's no way it's this easy in January. 40 degrees, it feels like 43 today. Periods of clouds and sunshine, dry and warmer this afternoon, and weather is going to be looking great throughout the rest of the week, especially in the midweek. Tonight, just partly cloudy. Now, the only thing you're going to have to worry about today is taking a Claritin. Air quality's at 64, which is coming in at moderate, but right now mold's clocking in too, but that's coming in the low category. Today, temperatures reach 56 degrees, drop down to 43 overnight as we head into Tuesday. On Tuesday, a high of 54, a low of 32, and on Wednesday, sunny skies, a high of 58, a low of 44. On Thursday, we will have some rain, a 92% chance of it, a high of 62, a low of 51. And then on Friday, we end our work week with more rain, a high of 60, and a low of 35. That just doesn't feel like January to me. That's a look at the next 5 days. Here's what's happening now. It's 40 degrees in downtown Alton. Feels like 43 out there for time and temperature throughout the day. 618-465-4545. This time powered by Tom Lane. He's your local State Farm agent. You can also stay up to date in real time all the time by downloading the RiverBender.com app today and receiving those push notifications. Hey, before we take a quick break, a great supporter of the show and someone who's really given us some key insights is, Amron, when it comes to electric safety. And what I mean by that is, think about it. Coming up, you're going to have celebrations. You're saying, CJ, it's January. Hear me out. We're getting ready to start having warmer weather in a couple of months, and that means those balloons are going in the air. And, the last time Amron came on, they really talked about the dangers that those pose, and it made me really think about just all the other key insights that come to really just our energy, the electric, and just the safety apparatus that they provide, and they bring those insights to, whether or not it's just that, Mayan balloon, or it's those, or Mylar balloons, or it's those, storm hardening poles they just installed. They've installed so many of those recently, really just to upgrade that efficiency, to really make sure that those are lasting through those storms that we know so much can just tear through our Midwest region. They're even popping up with mobile command centers to respond to storms quicker. And what's that mean? That means our power gets turned on faster. There's so many other things too, like localized grants and things they're doing with local school districts to really help improve their energy efficiency. And you can even do that right there in your own home. You just see the qualifying factors today at Amron.com/energy future. That's Amron.com/energy future. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. St. Mary's joins us in a couple of minutes. Open house, we'll learn all about it. Then enrollment starts February 1st. It's already that time. Getting exciting. Winter's almost over. Kind of. You got to be positive about it. Like I told you, It's 2026. You can either sit around and mope, or we can be positive right here on The Daily Show on RiverBender.com. Downtown Alton, then a quick break. Back to you next.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit altonelite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today. As America prepares to celebrate 250 years of freedom, there's never been a better time to show your pride. The Flag Keeper provides everything you need to display your flag with honor, from American state and U.S. Armed Service flags to flagpoles, accessories, and installation kits for homes and businesses across the Riverbend area. Call 618-467-0020 or visit theflagkeeper.com for your free estimate today.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you, adding underground cables.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
What's up? It's my...
Welcome back. Daily Show, 922, 40 degrees. I'm telling you guys, we're getting a snowstorm. There's no way that this keeps happening. Oh, there's Father Nate. We'll go ahead and bring him in here. Hang loose. Come on in here, Father Nate. Get everyone comfortable. Come on in here. You know, St. Mary's is one of my favorite places to be, whether or not it's for church or if it's for education, because that's where I got mine early on, and I still learn from it today, to be honest with you, and still fall back to it. But we talked last year, Principal Rivera, and, you know, open house is always a fun time because it's a great opportunity to get families together and really just have an opportunity to showcase what you guys are all about. And we have you here, we have Mrs. Kreitz here, and we have Father Nate. We got the all-star lineup of St. Mary's right now, you know? How are we doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Oh, that was a lot of an intro. I was just making sure that we had some time, you know?
I made it.
Now that I can breathe. I'm really excited to talk about this. And, you know, before we do that, let's get the headline out there, and that's that Mrs. Kreitz, you were the recent recipient of a really cool award from the Boys and Girls Club. Fill me in on this.
Well, I was nominated by a couple of colleagues, one a former student, for Most Influential Teacher of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
I was very surprised of that nomination, but then the night of the banquet was very shocked that I was the winner. Very pleased, very humbled. I love St. Mary's. It's a family. I attend, you know, sporting events for the kids. I've been to their weddings, their baptisms. So it truly is a family, and I love being there. I've been there a long time.
How many years now has it been?
This is my 35th year.
Oh, wow. And honestly, it's one of those where, you know, going to school, I always remember just the impact you had when I was growing up and going to St. Mary's too. And it's really cool to see you get recognition because you do deserve it. Seriously.
Thank you.
Well, and Father Nate, it's great to have you in the studio as well. This is the first time I've met you, and it's great to have you here. You know, St. Mary's is just a great place. You know, take me through your experience, you know, in the atmosphere that, you know, you feel walking up and down the hallways in church.
It's been a great experience. So I'm brand new. I got to St. Mary's 8 weeks ago.
Wow, you brought a new one in, huh?
I did. You're welcome.
And I'd never been assigned here previously. So the Oblate community, Oblates of the Virgin Mary, have been serving at St. Mary's for 40 years now, or close to 40 years. And I'm one of the few who'd never been assigned here. So I'm brand new. Totally new experiences for me.
This is fun. Where have you been before?
With the Oblates. I've served as a brother in Denver, Colorado, in our parish and spirituality center there for 2 years. When I was ordained a priest, I was sent to Florida.
Wow.
And so I was actually one of the first Oblates staffing a new parish to us down in just north of Fort Myers, Florida.
That's really cool.
And spent 3 years there before being sent here. So
that's awesome. Well, and now in the 8 weeks, what have you gotten to experience?
Thanksgiving, Advent, and Christmas in rapid succession.
Theology Thursdays.
Theology Thursdays. In terms of the school, the introduction has been great because even though it was mid-semester already, you know, the community is so welcoming here. You know, the teachers were all eager to meet me, to work with me, and have me involved. You know, they really wanted a presence. They want the children to be have the best experience possible all around. You know, they do so much for their education and in terms of scholastics, and they do so much for sports and activities, but also in the faith. You know, it's what makes us a Catholic institution is our faith. And the teachers and staff do so much to promote and incorporate that. And so they love having Father Jorge around, as much mayhem as follows in his wake. It's great. He has so many great interactions with the kids, and I've been able to start having that too. As they're getting to know me and be able to go to the middle school on Thursdays and just spend half an hour with all the students there. You know, we've got about 70 at the middle school. Mm-hmm. So just to have half an hour with them once a week where we do activities and they get to ask questions. We often have a topic that we focus on, but they have the best questions. I love doing Q&A with kids because they are not afraid to ask whatever they want to know.
That's awesome. Well, and I think it's cool, you know, especially to have you on the show early on in your, you know, tenure with St. Mary's. I'm glad to have you here, and it's really exciting, you know, for everybody that's involved, you know, all around. And going into this open house, you know, what's the most exciting aspect of this from the staffing standpoint? And, you know, is it being able to showcase the school? Is it, you know, being able to interact with the families? What do you think makes it so exciting for the team?
Yeah, the open house it's a neat experience because, I talk to parents. I've been down that road. I have, 4 of my own kids that are at St. Mary's, and I remember what it was like going around and trying to choose a school for them. I always tell parents it is not a small decision to make to entrust somebody else with your children. And so it's really the best time is for families just to be able to come, to be able to see what we have to offer at St. Mary's, but to be in an environment where they can get that personal one-on-one, where they can ask the conversations.
Yeah.
How do you guys handle this? What does this look like? Because again, we know it's a big decision. And so it's that really is the best part, is for them to be able to come, feel comfortable asking questions, and to feel like they are making the right decision and entrusting their children to us if they choose to enroll.
I'm sure it's really fascinating because I'm sure, you get a lot of traditional, families that have been going, generation after generation at this point. But to have the new families, I'm sure it's pretty fascinating to, them be able to ask those questions because, a lot of times we're so used to it, and this isn't a it's not me degrading anybody. It's just, with public school, it's kind of, you get what you get because that's public school, at St. Mary's and other environments, you get to see what environment that truly is, and you're selecting it. So to be able to ask questions, do you see that at all with new families that are kind of newer to this experience?
Yeah, absolutely. That, like I said, that personal touch and them being able to feel comfortable is a big deal. And you're right with the new families, returning families. We get the whole gamut of everybody. We actually it made me laugh because before I came down here, Carla, she's in charge of our lunch program.
Oh yeah,
and she said, "You're going to go see CJ. Tell him I said hi." And I said, "I'll make sure we mention you on air too." But she's, we have, not only employees that have been here, for the longest time, and families that have entrusted their children and their families to us for, literally, decades. And then you have, a new pastor stepping in, a new principal. I'm not new to Catholic education, but, this is my 3rd year at St. Mary's. And so we really do get a mix of everybody coming in, and it's just awesome. St. Mary's is growing from all avenues. But yes, it's definitely that personal touch, I think, is what you're getting at, and being able to ask those questions and just get to know more in depth on what you're investing in with Catholic education at St. Mary's.
Absolutely. And going into this open house, what time is it? It's on January 7th, correct?
11th.
11th. Oh,
yep.
Well, I'm glad it's the 11th and not the 7th because I thought we were really behind.
No. It's this upcoming Sunday. It'll be after the 11 o'clock Mass. And so it's from 12 to 2 p.m. at our elementary building. Mm-hmm. So we do have a middle school, and then we have our elementary school. And so it'll be at the elementary school. We will have one later on in the year that we'll have again at the elementary and the middle school to showcase our middle school, our new enhancements to the curriculum there, and everything else as well.
This is so cool. I should have shown your Facebook page on the screen. You guys have such a fun time there. Look at that. That's Al Roboski just having fun with the kids. And it's things like that really, I think, add to, it's not just the education, but it's also the environment in which you create. Like Oktoberfest we can talk about for 4 years and never get tired of it, and all the other great events too. And I think it just goes and ties into just the environment, and that, really, I think what a lot of parents are really wanting to do with their children's education, going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. It's with education, I'm not saying I'm definitely not the best math teacher ever. I'm a history major. And so it's but it is something where I want my kids to be educated. Parents want their kids to come to St. Mary's to be educated, but it's so much more than that. It is that family feel that Mrs. Kreitz was talking about, that you feel comfortable with your children being there, that that whenever they leave the halls of St. Mary's, are they going to know their ABCs and 1, 2, 3s? Absolutely. We know that. But are they going to continue to succeed in society? Yeah. Are they going to be leaders? Are they going to be able to handle adversity? What are the values that we're instilling in them? And those are the pieces that we spend just as much time and focus on in everything that we do, as we do with academics. So yeah, it is just a much bigger picture than just the academics.
The influence of our sisters as well.
Oh yeah, 100%. Why don't we do this? It's 9:32. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and chat it up because enrollment for students is getting ready to start February 1st, and then open enrollment will be March 1st, correct?
Correct, yes.
We'll get all the details on that, and we'll get details on the open house and chat it up a little bit more. First interview back, I was off for 2 weeks, so a little rusty, but we're getting there, More Daily Show comes back to you next on this Monday after this one.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit AltonElite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today. As America prepares to celebrate 250 years of freedom, there's never been a better time to show your pride. The Flag Keeper provides everything you need to display your flag with honor, from American state and U.S. Armed Service flags to flagpoles, accessories, and installation kits for homes and businesses across the Riverbend area. Call 618-467-0020 or visit theflagkeeper.com for your free estimate today.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
Welcome back. You couldn't hear that. 9:35. Monday morning continues with St. Mary's. And, what I think school is, I don't know why I'm just looking at it. It's like another squirrel moment, guys, is that, I'm on your Facebook page and really cool Veterans Day service that you guys did, too. Fill me in on that.
Yeah, our Veterans Day is one of the biggest programs in the area. We love it. Our music teacher did a great job. She works really well with the students, but we bring in all the families come in. Most of our events, we have our families come in to be a part of their kids' education, but our kids get up and they sing the different songs for the different branches of the military. It is, really cool. If you have never been, it makes everybody cry. I mean, there is nothing that's more emotional than having these men and women stand for their branch and then having the kids sing the song. I've seen kids singing to their grandparents and to their, it's just phenomenal.
Fantastic.
And, they got personal recognition. So all the veterans there were really personally recognized and had interaction with the kids.
It's really cool, and I just wanted to throw that out there because, again, I think that goes into what Mrs. Kreitz was saying, earlier, is that environment too, and really going above, like you said, too, Principal, is beyond education, and I think that's such an important topic when it comes to the environment. And now, going into this, open house is right after church on Sunday, which is the 11th. It's not the 7th, in case you heard that and tuned out for a little bit and said, we got to get our plans made now. It's really cool, though, to have an opportunity to tour the school and really have that private tour, and be able, like you said earlier, ask your own questions and take that time. How do you have to call in advance to register for those?
No, you just show up. It's an open house, so we'll have the doors open. You just come in, and we'll have the doors monitored that you come into the gym, and we'll have teachers there. I'll be there. Our Dean of Students, Mrs. Hogg, will be there, and we'll start walking families around to see the teachers and to see the different classrooms. Yep.
That's really cool, and because I didn't know if it was going to be one of those where it's an open house and then you just have to kind of register your time in advance. But this is awesome. So if you're free, be able to check out a new environment, or
Absolutely.
And really see the great teachers that are there, like Mrs. Kreitz. You know, going into this too. The enrollment period does start for you guys. Busy season is right around the corner, February 1st, and then March 1st will be the enrollment period for everyone else. What should we note for the public or anyone that's kind of interested or has some questions you think that are going to be asked in the next couple of weeks for this?
Yeah, it's we are an open book. If you have questions, I have a tour I know this afternoon, and I'll have a couple more in the next couple of weeks. We are happy to sit down and have a conversation with you to talk about academics, to talk about what that looks like as the faith building. You know, we have families. You know, the majority of our families are Catholic, but we definitely have non-Catholic families that attend St. Mary's as well. And so we have had an open door policy that we are here to educate your kids, to love your kids. So just reach out to us and ask the questions. Everything from how do I maybe get tuition support, all of those things. Like we're happy to have those as one-on-one conversations so that you can ask those uncomfortable or even just tough questions. Like we like I said, we're an open book.
You don't know unless you ask.
That's
you know,
exactly
and that's
right.
really the big thing here. And I hope you guys have a chance to do the open house on the 11th, because you guys have a great facility too. And we haven't really touched on it. Father Day is the athletics. I mean, your guys' basketball teams are just like stellar, and everything it seems like is just going really well for the young athletes and the student athletes. And I put the student there because their education still comes first, and I think that's so important. How's the programs doing? Basketball still looking good?
Yeah, basketball's good. Our volleyball team, you know, our girls volleyball team did really well previously, and we have boys basketball. We have a lot of them. We have golf, track, cross country. So our extracurriculars span everything from sports, but we also have Junior Olympiad that we're a part of. We do speech meet. We have Lego Club after school for kids. We have an aftercare and before care program. So we have a lot of different things. The musical, yes. Our musical will be gearing up. We are doing Madagascar this year.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Yes.
When's that going to happen?
That will happen towards the end of April.
Okay. Really cool. And now you said as well, we were talking about the sisters a little bit, and I think that's such a great thing, because that was one of the biggest highlights of my life as Sister Petra. I can tell you that now. Like, there is no greater memory in my life than Sister Petra. And I learned so much. And what I mean by that is when when Pope John Paul II died, the amount of information that she was able to teach to a class, and this is the impact, you know, in such a way that still connected with a kindergartner's mind to where, you know, they remember the process. It's just that connection that really just kind of puts the icing on the cake too.
Yeah, we have two sisters that are still full-time faculty members that teach at the middle school. Sister Antonia is there, Sister Veritas at the elementary school. And then we have two postulants that we have as well, Sister Ashley and Sister Mariah, that come with an abundance of knowledge from teaching to just even psychology, understanding the mind, and different things that enhance our curriculum. But the Sisters of St. Francis of the Martyr St. George, St. Mary's would not be the same without them. Yeah, we have our title teacher, even Sister Maria Cordes, works with students with reading, and seeing our students get that support in Catholic education is having that resource.
Really cool.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, we cannot say enough about them, and so we're very thankful that they continue to be a part of our community, as well as the athletics. Like, we've just been very blessed at St. Mary's.
Absolutely. And now you said there was a dinner coming up too.
Yes, we have our second annual appreciation dinner at St. Mary's. That will be at the end of the month. It kicks off Catholic Schools Week for us.
Really cool.
Yes, on January 24th. And last year, actually, we honored Mrs. Kreitz was one of our honorees at that one. Yes, for all of her years of service to St. Mary's. We will be recognizing retirees. So we have Mrs. Phillips and Mrs. Whittick will be retiring this year. And then our big honorees are the Sisters of St. Francis of the Martyr St. George. And so we have so many of them. So you mentioned Sister Petra. They've all been invited to attend this dinner.
Sister Marie Therese, I remember.
Yes.
She's at Lewis and Clark now.
Oh, is she? That's awesome.
Yes.
Another big impact. So it's cool to have everyone coming back and being, because they should be, you know, and really just great to highlight that, you know, going into the the start of, hopefully getting some new families in and really getting to be able to experience that for themselves too.
Yes. We actually visited with them over just before Christmas break. We took we have faith families. We discussed that a little bit last year, where we bring all of our classes together, and then all the teachers they have their own, they pick their own saint. So, you might have St. Ignatius, but they get together once a month, and we, learn about our faith, and we do fun, different things. We've gone to the movies together, and we recently went and we delivered gifts to all of our homebound parishioners, teaching the kids to really live their faith, not just to read and learn about it, but to actually be a living servant to Jesus Christ. And so we went to the Sisters of St. Francis, and it's so much fun to go there. I mean, we tried to carol. We did our very, very best to carol, but it was fun. And we just had like a parking lot party, really. Everybody was just singing and laughing, so it was fun.
This was really cool. And, like I said, you guys have January 11th is the open house. It's right after 11 a.m. Mass, so about noon to 2.
Noon to 2, yeah.
And then after that, open enrollment is March the 1st. But if you're already a family, February 1st is the time for you guys to shine. And now, when do you guys recommend getting things kind of going early, just because it helps with organization and everything else? I could only imagine from that standpoint.
Yes, absolutely. Our enrollment has definitely, we've already grown even this year from where we started at the beginning of this year.
That's awesome.
Yes, we continue to get calls. So my biggest suggestion would just be, again, give us a call, ask the questions. Pre-K, we do have pre-K 3 all the way through 8th grade. So if you're thinking even down the road, we definitely want to get you on our list to make sure that we try to reserve a spot for you whenever you get to that point. But just come in, tour, and start making those plans so we can make sure we reserve a spot for you, because our classes do fill up pretty quickly.
Absolutely. Anything else to talk about for now?
Oh my goodness, so many things. We could just keep going. But I think the biggest thing is just for families to reach out, give us a phone call. 618-465-8523 is our elementary school building, and our secretary, Mrs. Roberts, will get you all the information. How do I enroll? How do I apply? How do I schedule a tour? She'll take care of everything. And then you'll end up with myself or Mrs. Hogg giving you a tour and answering the questions. So, yeah.
Really cool. Well, you guys have a great start to your new year.
Yes, you too.
We will see you there at the open house, and we'll see you hopefully for enrollment periods that are starting February 1st and March 1st. We'll link everything in a write-up on RiverBender.com. Daily show as we wrap up the 9 comes your way next. Oh, wait, this button doesn't work. See what I have to go through?
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit altonelite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today. As America prepares to celebrate 250 years of freedom, there's never been a better time to show your pride. The Flag Keeper provides everything you need to display your flag with honor, from American state and U.S. Armed Service flags to flagpoles, accessories, and installation kits for homes and businesses across the Riverbend area. Call 618-467-0020 or visit theflagkeeper.com for your free estimate today.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you, adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
Alrighty, welcome back. 9:46. Actually, it's 9:47, but who's counting? So I haven't talked to y'all in quite some time. You know, I hate the phrase "New Year, New Year." I won't do that. I feel like that's a bad mindset. Here's why. You say that, it's just like any habit. You're gonna forget about the damn thing in a week and a half. You're moving on. You know what I'm saying? You don't do it. You know. Still hope it's a great year for you, but let's just, let's keep that down to a minimum. Let's just focus on ways we can tackle getting to being that new self, It's too big of a mountain. You don't want to scare yourself off like that. Trust me, I know. So listen to this, though. Wallet Hub, they're great people. They put together a list of New Year's resolutions from a financial standpoint, because I'm sure that's on everybody's mind right now. I saw the best Facebook post. It was like 99% of Americans are on Klarna for Christmas, and I could be. Here's some of the New Year's financial resolutions survey results, and this is where I find it fascinating. How are we really going to take care of the bank account? How are we going to make good old Dave Ramsey happy as we start off the new year? Well, here's what people are saying. So, we're optimistic. That's the best thing. We're optimistic. 60% of people say 2026 will be better for their wallet than 2025. That's positive thinking. That's what we need. So that's the first step. 3 in 5 Americans expect to spend less money around this time of the year. Now, this included New Year's plans, so they expected to spend less money compared to last year. So they already got Dave Ramsey on the mind. We were already ready to save. Now, 1 in 4 Americans, 25% of us are planning to make finance-related New Year's resolutions. Let's just make sure we actually stick to them and not like we do the gym, 31% of people making a financial resolution say they want to say they want more say in how they save. So that's pretty interesting. 31% of people making a financial resolution say they want to have more of a say on how they save. Half of Americans say inflation is their biggest financial concern of 2026. We'll see. 3 in 5 people say they will keep their resolution a secret this year. We're all getting it. That's what I've been saying. What did I just start off this segment saying? I don't want to hear it. You don't want to do that to yourself. You're putting too much pressure out there. You don't want people to follow along on the journey. You just want them to see the upswing. I'm telling you. That's how Lifetime movies are made. 62% of people think it will be harder to keep their New Year resolution this year than it was last year, okay? Now, here's how we break them down. Here's the types. 34% of the people have said that they're going to make health-related resolutions. 26% of us said it's going to be financially related. Now, here's where we're getting shabby. 16% of us said we're sticking to what we're doing. No reason to change it. No reason to throw up a goal for 2 weeks we ain't going to follow. 8% of us said we're going to have a New Year's resolution that's shaped around relationships. 8% said educational resolutions, and 8% said it's habitual. We got to quit drinking. Dry January's here. We got to quit smoking. Got to quit vaping, all the things. Biting nails, too, and being late. I didn't know being late was a habit. I've never had fun being late, or I've never been calm being late. It's never been an ease thing for me. If it is for you, then that's what it says in my notes. Biting nails or being late. So there you go. I guess it could be a bad habit, but still bad habits seem to have some more positive impacts than being late. The average household, in the United States has $8,000 in savings. That's what Wallet Hub's saying. The average U.S. household has $11,000 in credit card debt. It's incredible. Dave Ramsey is just, the moment I said that, I guarantee it's like a guy with a thermostat in his house. You touch it, he knows. Dave Ramsey just heard me somewhere. 2 in 5 Americans say they don't remember their New Year resolution for 2025. I think I did. I had one. I don't know what it was. 1 in 5 Americans feel like they don't control their financial destiny. That's a problem. 65% of people view New Year's resolutions as more of a wishful thinking rather than something effective. Well, that's because you actually have to do the action. But anyway, there you go. That's Wallet Hub's New Year's by the number. But, my bottom line to this, resolutions are fine, but you got to do it. I mean, it's kind of like, remember my rant that got like all the attention last year? It's like, now last year, is the fact is you can say all you want the things. We all can say things. I get paid to literally say things into this microphone, but you got to actually do them. I mean, I'll be honest with you. You want to know something true? This year I was kind of getting down in the dumps. I'm like, man, it just... I feel like I'm just living Groundhog Day, and we need to get bigger corporate sponsors. Then do something about it. It's kind of more of a motivator for myself at this point. You got to do it. You got to do it. It's either you don't and you're miserable, or you do it and you either forget you're miserable or it makes you happy. You have a choice. And I feel like that's how, to be serious with you, that's how our country's been lately. It's like we're choosing to be unhappy, and it's not because of a presidential election or anything. We're talking decades of this. It's grown because of social media. We have chosen to be miserable as a society. We have chosen to be in everybody's business as a society. We've chosen just to say, here's all of my business to society. And I'm not saying you're doing it right now or I'm doing it personally. I don't do that. But I'm just saying as a society, that's what we've become. So this year, how about we just do it? There's your resolution. Do it. Don't think about it. Don't even think about a resolution. Just do what you need to do. And if it makes somebody unhappy, then it makes them unhappy, but you got to take care of yourself, and I think that's another thing. You just got to do it this year. So anyway, whether or not it's saving, you can do it. There's ways to do it. If it's, planning for some big expense or whatever, or buying a house, do it. If it's going to the gym, go do it. I was the worst at this because when I was, doing, pro wrestling, I would sit there, for 2 weeks, I would hit the gym every day, and I'd be so sore because I wasn't working out right, and I would, all the things. But then I would stop doing it, and I would tell everyone for those 2 weeks, man, I'm going to the gym, and I'm feeling great, and it doesn't help you. It just makes it worse because then I put this pressure on myself like they cared. They don't care. The only person that does was me, and I let myself down doing it. That's where I'm getting with this. So no matter what your resolution is, it could be a new year, it could be a new you, and I hope that's what you want. If that's what you want, go for it. If it's not, you just want to stay the same, do it. See what I'm getting at here? The resolution is do it. Whatever you want to do it. Good or worse, just do it. Be the best at it, That's truly my New Year resolution. Who's truly the best at what they do is Keith Short and Associates. When we're talking about representation, you need someone that's a pit bull. You need someone that's really going to be an advocate for you to get you across the finish line, and that's where Keith Short comes in, and I think that's what he and his team do so well. You've heard Keith time and time again talk about this. When it comes to, the medical malpractice side of things, and when it comes to just all the other services they provide, whether it's medical malpractice, workers' comp, all that stuff. You need someone that's really going to be there, fight it out with you tooth and nail. And that's what Keith Short and Associates, they do best. It's excellence in litigation and superior representation. And you see Keith when he joins us on the show twice a month and really breaks down some comprehensive legal topics and does it in a way to make me understand them. And I'm not saying that to be funny and get some laughs today. I'm being serious. If I can understand it, I hope you can too, because, that's really some of the most comprehensive law we're talking about is medical mal. And, really when he brought us up that stat about going to trial, how many attorneys actually make it into the courtroom? It's staggering. Not very many at all. And again, that's where his experienced team comes in. They do this relentlessly. They do this tirelessly. They do this repetitively. So if you know of somebody that's going through some hardship, maybe you just have a question. You don't know if you're going to do it yet. Maybe you don't know if it's medical malpractice. Maybe it's, you just need questions answered. They'll do it for you. Maybe you have something else when it comes to workers' comp, estate and probate, transactional. Give them a call. They're there for you. They're there to help you through the process. They're there to be there for you. And what I love is the honesty. If they don't think that there's a case, you've heard Keith say it time and time again on the show, they aren't going to waste your time. They're there to really give you the best of the best, and that's what Keith Short and Associates won, and that's what they do best. You can learn more at siltrial.com. That's ILtrial.com. And don't forget to tell them that you-know-who sent you over their way. Quick break. Look at Downtown Alton Daily Show continues for the first workday of the year as far as I'm concerned next.
Struggling with depression that just won't go away? At Precision TMS, we offer a non-invasive, drug-free treatment designed to target the areas of the brain linked to mood regulation. Using FDA-cleared transcranial magnetic stimulation, gentle magnetic pulses help reactivate underperforming brain circuits without surgery or sedation. Many patients experience real relief, even after other treatments haven't worked. Our experienced team provides personalized care every step of the way. Contact Precision TMS today to see if TMS therapy is right for you.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
As America prepares to celebrate 250 years of freedom, there's never been a better time to show your pride. The Flag Keeper provides everything you need to display your flag with honor, from American state and U.S. Armed Service flags to flagpoles, accessories, and installation kits for homes and businesses across the Riverbend area. Call 618-467-0020 or visit theflagkeeper.com for your free estimate today.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit altonelite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
Welcome back. Daily Show, 10:01, top of the hour news now. Here's what you need to know. Make sure you download that RiverBender.com app today. You can stay up to date with me in real time all the time whenever you need your daily dose of local most. We'll take you right to Alton first. This is a story we've been following. Owners of the State Street Trails in Alton are moving forward with their legal consultation after the city voted 5-1 in late 2025 to prohibit the property's use as an outdoor BMX facility. Co-owner Nicholas Goaway announced a meeting with their attorney that was scheduled for January 2nd following a successful fundraising campaign that quickly raised over $5,000 to cover initial legal costs. The council's decision, amid complaints from nearby residents regarding noise and safety, even though supporters have largely dismissed these concerns. Goaway and co-owner Aaron Lockhart aim to restore the BMX trails operations, which had previously been allowed with city approval. Updates on this developing story will be provided as more information does become available here in the next few days. 2 separate felony cases of unlawful weapon possession have been brought against Alton residents in Madison County. Dalton Brown has our roundups. Robert M. Clay, 19 years of age, is charged with aggravated unlawful possession of a weapon for carrying a Smith & Wesson handgun in his vehicle on November the 4th, despite being under 21 and not engaged in lawful wildlife activities. Meanwhile, 36-year-old Zachary C. Ray faces a similar charge of carrying an uncased, loaded, high-point .45 caliber handgun on October the 14th without a valid FOID card or concealed carry license. Both men were granted pretrial release and are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Also in the news today, after 19 years of service, Sheriff William Bill Heffington announced his immediate retirement from the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office effective December 31st. At 67, Heffington cited physical challenges along with a desire to spend more time with his family and grandchildren as reasons for stepping down. Throughout his tenure, he was known for his commitment to helping the community, transparency, and a strong work ethic. He expressed concerns over recent criminal justice reforms like the Safety Act, which he believes hinder law enforcement effectiveness. Sheriff Zach Harden is expected to succeed him. The Sheriff's Office praised Heffington for his leadership and lasting impact on Calhoun County. Also in the news today, 2 individuals from Belleville and Columbia, Missouri are facing very serious felony charges in Madison County for illegal weapon possession. Dominic M. Roberts, 36, charged with aggravated unlawful weapons possession after being found with an uncased, loaded 9mm handgun in his vehicle without a valid concealed carry license. Meanwhile, 22-year-old Ja'Cory J. Thompson faces multiple charges, including aggravated unlawful possession of a loaded Taurus G3C handgun without a license and aggravated fleeing from a peace officer. Thompson reportedly fled at speeds up to 90 miles an hour, causing a dangerous crash into an occupied residence while also showing signs of intoxication. Both cases highlight those ongoing law enforcement efforts, and we'll keep you updated when more details do emerge. Let's take a look at weather. 10:05, it's 44 degrees, and it feels like 42 today. Periods of clouds and sunshine, and it will be dry. Warm weather's in store throughout the week. Tonight, partly cloudy, and that's really the only thing to take into account right now. Air quality's at 65, so you might need a Claritin. Temperatures reach 56 degrees today and drop down to 43 overnight as we head into Tuesday. On Tuesday, a high of 57, a low of 31 degrees. And on Wednesday, a high of 60, a low of 44. On Thursday, we will see some rain, a 95% chance of that at this time, a high of 58, a low of 51. And then on Friday, we head into the weekend with highs in the near 60s and lows right in the low 30s. That's a look at your next 5 days. Here's what's happening now. 44 degrees in downtown Alton at 10:06. It feels like 42. For time and temperature throughout the day, 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back, Rehab, Recover, and Return Home. We'll take a quick break. Daily Show, comes back to you next on a Monday. Hayner Library comes up in the 10 o'clock hour. You stay there, and I'll be here.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit altonelite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today. As America prepares to celebrate 250 years of freedom, there's never been a better time to show your pride. The Flag Keeper provides everything you need to display your flag with honor, from American state and U.S. Armed Service flags to flagpoles, accessories, and installation kits for homes and businesses across the Riverbend area. Call 618-467-0020 or visit theflagkeeper.com for your free estimate today.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
So, welcome back. A couple of things to fill you in on, and some interesting ones, too. Locally, we'll take you right in. Back here to Bunker Hill, Chris Rhodes was following the story late last night. On January the 4th, we have an update for you, just happening a few moments ago. The Bunker Hill Fire Department did respond to a structure fire on Sunday, January the 4th in the morning on Bluebird Lane in rural Bunker Hill. When firefighters arrived on scene at the farmhouse, it was fully involved. The Shipman and Brighton fire departments also assisted, providing mutual aid. The farmhouse vacant at the time of the fire, and it appears to be a total loss. No injuries are reported at this time. If there's any updates, you'll see them at RiverBender.com/news. The Granite City City Council has approved and activated red light enforcement cameras. That's your second part of this news brief at the intersection of Maryville Road and Pontoon Road to enhance traffic safety. The cameras, which monitor all four directions of the intersection, became operational recently and will issue warnings for violations until January 19th, 2026. Starting January the 20th, citations will be issued to registered vehicle owners for any red light violations captured by that system. The initiative reflects the city's ongoing commitment to improving safety for both drivers and pedestrians. And according to the Granite City Police Department, the red light camera program aims to reduce traffic violations and encourage safer driving behavior at key intersections. the city is encouraging residents to remain vigilant and adhere to traffic signals as part of its broader efforts to promote public safety. Also, got to fill you in on this, just in a national bit of some stuff. So, respondents to an annual Michigan College survey of overused and misused words and phrases say 6-7 is cooked and should come to a massive full stop heading into the new year. They're among the top 10 words in the 50th annual Banished Words list. It was released Thursday by Lake Superior State University. The tongue-in-cheek roundup of overused slang started in 1976 as a New Year's Eve party idea and is affectionately called the list of Queen's English for misuse or overuse and general uselessness. Now, around 1,400 submissions come from all 50 states and a number of countries outside the U.S., including Uzbekistan, Brazil, Japan, and more, according to the Lake Superior Journal. Also in the top 10, just hated this word, are demure, incentivize, perfect, gift or gifted, my bad, and reach out. My bad and reach out also made the list decades ago, in 1998 and 1994, respectively. Good history note there. So the list definitely represents the fad and vernacular trends of the younger generation. That's what University President David Travis said. Social media allows a greater opportunity to misunderstand or misuse words. We're using terms that are shared through texting primarily or posting with no body language or tone context. It's very easy to misunderstand these words. That's what he had to say. So a few phrases. In 2025, befuddled parents, teachers, and others over the age of, 40, and I'd say the age of 16, more than 6-7. Dictionary.com, if I hear that one more time, Dictionary.com even picked it as their top word of 2025, while other dictionaries chose words like slop and rage bait. Slop. But what does 6-7 actually mean? It exploded over the summer, especially among Gen Z, and is considered by many to be nonsensical in meaning, and an inside joke driven by social media. Don't worry, because we're all still trying to figure out exactly what it means, the dictionary's editors wrote. Each number can be spoken aloud as 6-7. They even can be combined as the number 67. At college basketball games, some fans explode when a team reaches that point total. The placement of 6-7 at the top of the banished list puts it in good company. In 2019, this is brilliant, the centuries-old Latin phrase quid pro quo was the top requested phrase to ban for popular use. In 2017, fake news got the most. Alana Bobbitt, a 19-year-old sophomore at the university, is unapologetic about using the term 6-7 and went on to tell AP how great it is. So, some phrases, according to the university's president, do have longevity. Travis, the president, said while other terms on the list will stick around in perpetuity, others will be gone. I think 6-7 next year will be one of them, he said. There you go. That's right from the horse's mouth. Only a few more months to put up with that one. So what about this? This is becoming really interesting. Betty Boop and Blondie, they're joining Mickey Mouse and Winnie the Pooh in public domain. Now, this is the first appearance of the cartoon character and comic characters. They're among the pieces of IP, intellectual property, whose 95-year U.S. copyright maximum have been reached. Now, put them on public domain January 1st, and it means creators can use and repurpose them without permission or repayment or payment. Now, the 2026 batch of the newly public artistic creations doesn't quite have the sparkle of the recent first entries into public domain of Mickey or Winnie, but since 2019, the end of the 20-year IP drought brought on by congressional copyright extensions, every annual crop has a bounty of advocates of more work belonging to the public. It's a big year, said Jennifer Jenkins. She's a law professor and director of Duke's Center of the Study of Public Domain, for whom New Year's Day is celebrated as Public Domain Day. It's just the sheer familiarity of this culture. Jenkins said that collectively, this year's work shows the fragility that was between the two wars in the depths of the Great Depression. Here's a closer look at what will enter the public domain on Thursday based on the research of Jenkins and her center. So, cartoons and comics bring Doop a Boop. So, Betty Boop began as a dog, seriously, when she first appears in the 1930 short Dizzy Dishes, one of 4 of her cartoons entering the public domain. She's already totally recognizable as the Jazz Age flapper, later memorialized as we know, but she also got dangling poodle ears and a tiny black nose. There you go. Those would soon morph into dangling earrings and a tiny white nose that became a human face. She started essentially as Minnie Mouse to the popular dog named Bimbo, whom she would eventually outshine and push aside. She got supporting roles in Dizzy Dishes, performing as a slinky song and dance in a tiny dress. Now, this are acting like she's a real character. Okay, so that's the first installment. So the character designed and owned by Fleischer Studios and the shorts were released by Paramount Pictures. She was blasted, at least in part, on singer Helen Kane, known as the Boop Oop-a-Doop Girl, thanks to a 1929 song, I'm Getting Through This But Struggling. So there's the first one. And then you also have more. So Blondie was, like Betty, a young flapper, and she's available for public domain too, and inspired a film series, a radio show, and is still running today in papers that still have comics. The strip followed her carefree breeze through life and her boyfriend, Dagwood. The two would marry, and she would change her name in 1933. The strip would later become the sandwich-heavy domestic comedy familiar to later readers. So, new to Mickey Mouse cartoons are also becoming, 9 new Mickey Mouse cartoons are also becoming public domain. 2 years after Steamboat Willie, he's joined this year by his dog Pluto, who in 1930 was known as Rover. He would get his long-term moniker the following year. So there's also some books that are getting involved in public domain. Teen sleuth Nancy Drew, whose first 4 books came out in 1930, starting with The Secret of the Old Clock. They were written by Mildred Benson under her pen name, Caroline King. Those are under public domain. Those are open to the public this year. The middle-aged-ish sleuth, Sam Spade, who debuted via the full book version of The Maltese Falcon, is available as well. The elderly sleuth, Miss Marple, who solves her first mystery and murder at the vicarage, is available. And a year after The Sound and the Fury became public, William Faulkner's As I Lay Dying became public as well. It will help lead to his Nobel Prize in Literature. That's what led to it. And Kitty Lit Legends, Dick and Jane, who taught generations to read and became essentially parody fodder for decades, became public via the Elson Basic Readers textbooks. And a year after their film debut, the Coconuts entered the public domain. The Marx Brothers' beloved Animal Crackers does join it, as well as it entered the prime of the height of their cinematic antics. The film did, and that's just more to the list of what entered public domain. Other movies entering it are The Blue Angel, The King of Jazz, and a pair of Oscar winners, All Quiet on the Western Front and Cimarron, which won in 1931. And that's really what it is. Oh, wait, hold on. Now there's still some tunes that are coming in. There's 4 cherished classics written by George Gershwin with lyrics by his brother Ira. Embraceable You, I've Got a Crush on You, but Not for Me, and I Got Rhythm. George on My Mind, written by Hoagie Carmichael and Stuart Gorel, are available as well. Dream a Little Dream with Me is also available. Now, different laws regulate the actual recordings of songs, and those newly in the public domain this week, to this date, 1925, they include Manhattan, Nobody Knows the Trouble I've Seen, and the St. Louis Blues, featuring Louis Armstrong, and that was by Bessie Smith. So they also include some of those as well. Just something really fascinating to take a look on, and just such an interesting thing, really, where you get to see what's for public use and what's available now. Disney ain't got it, you know? Interesting. 10:22. I promise I do. It's my first day back. I'm rusty. 10:22. Hayner Library is joining us in a couple of minutes. We're going to talk with Mary and have some fun. You stay there, and I'll be here in the studio on RiverBender.com and Roku. Get over here. TV.
Struggling with depression that just won't go away? At Precision TMS, we offer a non-invasive, drug-free treatment designed to target the areas of the brain linked to mood regulation. Using FDA-cleared transcranial magnetic stimulation, gentle magnetic pulses help reactivate underperforming brain circuits without surgery or sedation. Many patients experience real relief, even after other treatments haven't worked. Our experienced team provides personalized care every step of the way. Contact Precision TMS today to see if TMS therapy is right for you.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
As America prepares to celebrate 250 years of freedom, there's never been a better time to show your pride. The Flag Keeper provides everything you need to display your flag with honor, from American state and U.S. Armed Service flags to flagpoles, accessories, and installation kits for homes and businesses across the Riverbend area. Call 618-467-0020 or visit theflagkeeper.com for your free estimate today. Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit altonelite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
Getting ready to talk to Mary here in a couple of minutes. So, the Woods River Fire Department, this is a news brief for you. Chris Rhodes was on the scene. The Woods River Fire Department did respond this morning to the 800th block of State Street after an SUV ran off the road and struck a house. Here's what we know. Firefighters arriving on the scene found the SUV had collided with the corner of the home, causing damage. Alt Memorial Ambulance personnel treated the driver at the location. It remains unclear whether anyone was inside the house at the time of the accident. The Wood River Police Department currently investigating this incident. Like I said, Chris Rhodes was on the scene. Here's what he was able to provide for us, and we'll show that to you now here. That's just a little bit of the aftermath. That vehicle there is the vehicle that crashed into that house, and you can see the police there investigating that now. We'll keep you updated at RiverBender.com if there's any more updates to that story as they do become available. So just something to fill you in on, a quick breaking news alert in case you're seeing that, if you're in Woods River and curious about it. So before we talk to Mary, though, I wanted to fill you in on one more thing. So a British bus company revealed the most unusual items to wind up in its lost and found this last year, 2025. And listen to this. So the Oxford Bus Company, they do this every year, said its customer service department logged a total of 4,387 lost and found items in 2025, and 1,013 of those, about 23%, were returned to their owners. Wow. A lot of people don't care, or they just never thought to call the bus company. The transit company said the most unusual items this year included a bag of rubber ducks, a box of fortune cookies, an inflatable dinosaur costume, a baby bonsai tree. Now, how do you forget that? I mean, how do you not just bonsai trees are kind of hard to take care of. A potato with googly eyes. It's probably important. A jar of pickled onions, a bicycle tire, a 22-pound bag of rice, several Nerf guns, a yoga mat covered with inspirational quotes. You're going to need those. So, here's what the head of digital and customer experience for the bus company had to say. Essentials such as keys, phones, umbrellas, purses, wallets are among the most common, but there are also some unexpected ones too. Misplacing a personal item can be a stressful experience, so we actually use technology to help make it easier for people to get their belongings back. We use the end of the year to highlight the unconventional ones and remind people that we keep lost items. So if that's your bonsai tree, go get it back. Morrison said any items lost at the Oxford buses can be claimed in person, or they'll even be sent to the owners in the mail. There you go. They're taking care of you. Items that go unclaimed or donated to local thrift stores. Some of the most bizarre finds of 2024 included a suitcase full of retro adult magazines, a jar of raw chicken, and a snooker cue. I have no idea what that is. And then other ones have been someone leaving behind a bar stool, a roll of Donald Trump toilet paper, guitar, skis, a wet floor sign. They've left it all. Wow. There you go. Most bizarre items found. So, I don't know if I even wanted to talk about this because this just fires me up. So, an Illinois woman mistakenly bought the wrong lottery ticket online, okay? Let me just fill you in on this. Hold on. I want to Google where this town is, just in case. 1, 2, 3. Hold on. I'm down there. Where's this at? Williamson County. Looks like it's kind of close. No, we got a while. This is up in Marion. So let me fill you in on this. An Illinois woman who is 4 hours away, just in case she is listening, I'm a little angry with you, bought the wrong Fast Play lottery ticket online, and that mistake ended up costing her $250,000 in winnings. Oh my goodness, why can't I be this lucky? The Johnson City resident, identified only as Holly, told Illinois lottery officials she just meant to buy a $2 Fast Play ticket on the lottery's website, but accidentally purchased a $20 Magnificent Multiplier. I have not bought $5 on one of those tickets ever. She was watching a movie, accidentally selected a $20 ticket, and she said, oh, shoot, I didn't want to spend that much. The mistake proved to be a good one when she ended up winning the jackpot of $250,000. She honestly thought her computer crashed, she said. She said her winnings are going to go towards building a new family home and buying a baby grand piano. That's cool. That's cool. First time ever playing it, $250,000. I buy 400 of those tickets, haven't even won $10. That's the story of my life, but in 2026, we're just going to do it. Doesn't even matter. It didn't happen to me. We're just going to do it. Hayner Library does it all the time. Doing great things, that is. And Mary's going to join us. She'll fill us in on the upcoming events and the programs and some more fun. You stay there. I'll be here in the studio. You're watching our daily show on the first Monday of the year on RiverBender.com.
Struggling with depression that just won't go away? At Precision TMS, we offer a non-invasive, drug-free treatment designed to target the areas of the brain linked to mood regulation. Using FDA-cleared transcranial magnetic stimulation, gentle magnetic pulses help reactivate underperforming brain circuits without surgery or sedation. Many patients experience real relief, even after other treatments haven't worked. Our experienced team provides personalized care every step of the way. Contact Precision TMS today to see if TMS therapy is right for you.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
As America prepares to celebrate 250 years of freedom, there's never been a better time to show your pride. The Flag Keeper provides everything you need to display your flag with honor, from American state and U.S. Armed Service flags to flagpoles, accessories, and installation kits for homes and businesses across the Riverbend area. Call 618-467-0020 or visit theflagkeeper.com for your free estimate today. Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit altonelite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
Welcome back, Daily Show. Mary Cordes in the studio. Hi. Happy first Monday of the year.
Happy first Monday of the year.
You know, I just gave up last week. I'm like, I am not coming in. I'm just, you know, it was the way the holiday fell.
Yeah, it was a weird time.
Whenever they're Mondays,
kind of
it's
close
fine.
to the holiday or to the weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, whenever it's Mondays, totally fine doing the 4-dayer.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
You can't throw in a Wednesday and Thursday on me and then expect
Friday
any
to be
results.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life is good at the library, though. You guys,
it
we were
is.
talking last week.
Yeah, last Monday.
You were busy then, and it's busy season.
It is busy season. So holidays are over, and everybody's back, and we were busy before, but our next newsletter has just come out, and so it's
There's
January.
actually chapters.
Yeah, it's a big one. It's funny because my mother-in-law's like, stop making the newsletter so big. It doesn't fit in our mailbox. I think my mail lady thinks the same thing too. Our mailbox is very small, and she kind of grumbles about the size of our newsletter.
Oh, I wonder
that's
if
a good
the
thing.
walkers that have the bag, if they're like, damn it, it's
I know the newsletter
day.
time. But that's how it is. So that just means we're offering too many good things.
That's right.
That's right.
So where do we start at Hayner?
Well, so like I said, our next newsletter starts this month. So it's January, February, and March. It covers. And believe it or not, we just finished the newsletter that will take place January, February, March in December, and I'll start on the next newsletter in a couple of weeks. So yeah, it starts really early. But we've got a lot of good programs coming up. The very first thing is recycling Christmas lights. So if you have any old Christmas lights, holiday lights, if you've got lights from Thanksgiving or from Halloween, whatever holiday.
Or 2 Christmases ago, which turns out we pulled out the lights this year and 5 of them didn't work. Yep.
So,
I just
those
meant some of them are still hanging on their house.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. That's true. Any of those lights or any old string lights from your patio or your outdoor lights, any kind of those string lights that don't work that you want to get rid of, you can just drop them off at the library during the whole month of January, and we'll recycle those for you. We partnered with CJD E-Cycling, and so they've got some bins at each location. Just bring them and throw them in the bins.
I'm the worst when I throw those away. Like, especially those deck lights.
Yeah.
That, the ones that are like the old style bulb.
Yep.
Oh, I thought you're going to be safe. And I put them down, just pop, 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 right everywhere. And No, just do it.
Well, and you think there's copper, there's rubber, there's glass, all that can get recycled, and so it's better than tossing it into a landfill. So you can swing by the library, either downtown or the mall, and just toss them in our bin. And while supplies last, we have bookmarks for people that bring them in. Just kind of an incentive to do that.
And you also have a bookmark opportunity today.
Yeah, the National Hot Tea.
Get cozy.
Yeah, get cozy. National Hot Tea Month is this month. So while supplies last, if you swing by the library, you can pick up it's a bookmark and it has a tea bag attached to it. So if you like hot tea, you can just swing in and pick one of those.
What type of tea?
I think it's I don't know. I don't know. You asked me. You
now
stumped me.
That's a tease.
You stumped me.
That's a tease in radio. You got to find out for yourself.
I know. Well, see, I'm a tea drinker. Whether it's iced tea or hot tea, I'm drinking it all day long.
Are you a snob tea drinker? Like,
no,
I mean that bad.
No, I should be because the amount of tea that I drink, but I really don't care. I'm an equal opportunity tea drinker. I don't care. Although I do for iced tea, I do like Louisiana.
That's fair though. That's good. Well, you know what's crazy? Not crazy, but I was stumbling upon this on Facebook after you brought this up. This guy is an influencer, and his thing is tea.
Oh, it's a huge. I mean,
hundreds of thousands of views and likes.
And tea's a big deal.
Whoa, these trays are out there, really cool stuff.
Yeah. Tea's a big deal. I do like the mint tea. Target has a really
good
organic mint tea. That's a good one. Yeah.
Your Fine Amnesty program is ongoing.
Yep. So that's during the month of January too. So if you have any currently overdue Hayner Library materials, and I mean it can be anything from it's just a day overdue to oh my God, we found this under the couch or the trunk of the car and it was due last June and now we owe the price of the item. You can just bring it to the library as long as it's a Hayner Library item. Bring the item with you and you can bring in any kind of cold weather item. So a hat, socks, mittens, scarves, gloves, that kind of thing, and we'll donate those to the Nearly New Shop at the Crisis Food Center for people that need it. Yeah.
Take me. This is
and it'll waive your fine. I should say.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can also if you want to do that, you can also do a second thing called paying CJ your fine money on top of bringing all that. No, in all seriousness though, this is what I find really cool. This is what the library you guys have done so well is providing opportunities for maybe stay-at-home parents or maybe the work-from-home parents that God, it's hard to find time.
It's really
I'm
hard.
really learning that now.
Yeah,
even with a 1-year-old,
Yeah.
Mary, like just to find time for one night a week, that's gone.
Yep.
Maybe once every 90 days, which is good for me. Trust me.
Yeah.
But it's not, it's finding other opportunities to socialize with other children.
Yes.
And honestly connect with other parents and caregivers. And now this Coffee and Chaos is pretty cool.
Yeah, Coffee and Chaos is our newest program, and this was an idea from our children's library staff. And again, we have such great staff, and they come up with really great ideas. So they said, what about this very thing? They were talking about parents and grandparents and caregivers in general coming in, and either they're new to the area or they're new parents, or they don't maybe not know anyone, and they're taking care of these little ones. And so it's a great way for the parents can come in. We supply the coffee, the refreshments, that kind of thing. You grab a cup of coffee, and you as parents, caregivers, grandparents can sit and talk with each other and kind of maybe make a new social connection. And the kids, we have a designated play area with, we have different, everything's geared towards education for the kids. So it's not like you're just putting them in this little area and giving them a iPad or something.
Right.
We have like sensory bins, we have books, we have toys, age appropriate toys. So the kids can play. The kids learn to socialize without a screen. They learn to socialize with other children, and they kind of have their own little social hour together. And the parents, within eye shot, obviously, of the kids, they can kind of go. The kids are kind of contained in an area, and they can just have fun with each other. And the parents can get to know each other
sit down
and have a cup of coffee and just for an
the
hour,
little
just
things
kind
in
of
life.
focus on another adult for an hour. So
it's just really cool. And now, is your branching out class full for this Thursday?
No, and in those really we can hold quite a few people, and so those are great because if you're. What are great about our branching out, those are for people that don't know. Every month we focus on a different topic of genealogy research and local history research. And so each month there's a theme. The group meets, and again, all the dates are on our website. Dates and times are on our site, but they meet, and the first class, we kind of teach how to search for something or how to look for something. And then the second, there's a follow-up class to that, and then you come back, you kind of talk about the research that you've done, you kind of talk about your resources that you've found, how you found things have worked, or if you've gone someplace and you want to tell us about that place that you found a new avenue for researching, or just get together with people that do the same thing that you do as far as genealogy. And it's great because we have people who've been doing it for decades, and then we have people who are brand new to it, and they learn from each other. And it's the people who've been doing it for decades get to share their knowledge with the newbies, and sometimes the newbies may have come in using some kind of a platform that maybe the ones who've been searching for a long time didn't know about, and so they get to share their information with each other.
Well, and see, that's where I find it fascinating, is it becomes really a cool community in itself, because
it is.
It's really cool just to hear Lacey and how not only the classes and everything, but just how much goes into the Vintage Voices era stuff, and also just all the great programs. I mean, you're having one coming up too that's going to be really cool.
We have the Vintage Voices Players, and I apologize. I was telling you when I got here, I grabbed the wrong newsletter. I grabbed the old newsletter, and I didn't grab the new one, so I'm using my phone.
It's
the Vintage Voices Players, and that's going to be on February 12th. But it's all the people that have been through Vintage Voices at the Alton Cemetery and through the years past, anybody that's had something to do with Lovejoy. We're bringing them all together, and they're all going to give their presentation in one group one evening, and that's February 12th, 6 p.m. at the Alton Square Mall. They're going to come together and give a presentation in recreating the people who are buried in the Alton City Cemetery. They're going to reenact their lives, and you'll kind of see the Lovejoy life. Yeah,
I really think it's really just such a cool thing to do, and really immerses people too, because they do all the great job of connecting with the crowd and really making it
They
fun.
do, and if you've gone, if you're like me, we've only missed one Vintage Voices, and it was this year, and we got home and it was like, oh my gosh, we forgot Vintage. It's the only year we just were so busy, but so we've seen them all, but you might have had one presentation and 15 years ago, one 6 years ago, and to see them all together in one place, it really paints the kind of
cool.
his whole life. Yeah.
And now, with that being being said, what else is coming? Because I know there's one on discussion on Armenian.
There is
history.
so we every year we partner with the Alton Area Landmarks Association, and we bring we have a lecture series with them. And so this year we're doing the lecture series, and this one is on Armenia. I'm trying to find it here so I give you the exact date and time. I don't know if you have it up there. I would if I had my
got you
print. Thank
I'm
you.
getting good at this now.
Sorry
it is going to be
about this.
January the 17th.
January 17th. Here we are. Yeah, January 17th at 10 o'clock. This is at the Genealogy and Local History Library. And so it's about the Armenian immigrants who settled in Granite City in their Lincoln Place neighborhood, and the influence that they had on that neighborhood, the influence that the Armenian influx and immigration had in Granite City, and then the surrounding areas. So it's really a pretty fascinating history. And so we're doing the Armenian immigration to Granite City on January 17th as part of this reimagining places of the past. They're going to be talking about that on January 17th. Then in February, we have one on February 21st at 10 a.m. at the Genealogy and Local History Library. It's the, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, the Chatilian Demenel House, and I'm sure I just completely
You did better
butchered
than
that
I did.
with Bill Standard. He's going to be coming and talking about the Franco-American Creole culture during the Civil War in the Roaring Twenties area in St. Louis. And then we're going to have in March immigration from German-speaking Europe to the southwestern Illinois in the 19th century with William Shannon IV. So we have kind of a different cultural heritage each month for the winter reimagining places of the past series. So
it's really cool.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
Just a note for everybody that's interested about the genealogy classes, if you have time, or maybe you're just retired, or now you have just time now in this block, January 8th, January 15th, February 19th or 12th and the 19th, and then March 12th and the 19th are the times, and it's 10.
It's from 10 to 11:30, and so the first meeting of the month, like January 8th, is plan your work and work your plan. So this is the basics. We'd start out with January, like it's a fresh new year, so learn how to come up with a plan and plan to work that plan, how you're going to spend your year researching, and then you'll come back the following week and you'll discuss how you've put your plan into action. Then in February we have papers, photos, and heirlooms, and how to organize and preserve those things. And then in March, and then the following week after that will be the discussion group. And then in March 12th, it's the digital family tree and files, and how to organize your files digitally. So some people really like coming to that one because maybe they do everything through paper and they're kind of a little scared about moving everything to digital. This is a great class to come and talk about that.
It's really cool. And hey, coming up next Thursday, 6 to 7 p.m., A Journey Through Time with the Nature Institute.
With the Nature Institute, yes. So this is going to be a really good one. This is at the Genealogy and Local History Library, again, January 13th from 6 to 7. And so there's 500 acres at the Nature Institute in Godfrey, and they've been protecting that acreage since 1980. And so we are going to have Ramona come from...
She's great.
She is great. She's going to be coming, and she's going to talk about the history of the Nature Institute. So how, from its very beginning, where did this land come from? How did they start? How are they currently protecting this land? And then what options do they offer for families to come out and enjoy that nature preserve? And for those that don't know, the library also has a partnership with the Nature Institute. We have something called Story Walk.
Oh yeah, that's so cool.
When the trails are open, usually from April through November, depending on it's weather dependent, usually November. April through November, every month we have a trail, the Frog Trail at the Nature Institute. And it's become so popular that they actually paved this little trail for us. And so you can bring your strollers, wheelchairs, it's completely accessible. And it's a pretty short, it's about a mile, and you start at the very beginning and you read a children's book as you walk through. We deconstruct it. You can walk through the Frog Trail and get a really nice walk in with the family. You can read a children's book, and even if a mile sounds like a lot to you, you're stopping every so many feet, to read this book. So if you're, it's good for people that maybe want to start learning, walking.
Yeah.
It's just a really easy, flat trail, and it keeps your kids occupied while you're out.
Well, and too, it's one of those where if you have, maybe you got grandma and grandpa with
Yeah.
you and all that. Like
Yeah.
it's that's something fun to do.
It is.
You know,
It's an easy walk. It's like I said, it's flat. It's paved. At first it was an actual rugged trail, and this is much easier for parents to have strollers or wagons, grandma or grandpa that might have a walker even, or a wheelchair. Everything's much more accessible. So we partner with the Nature Institute for that, and so they're so gracious to us to give us that land to use for the Frog Trail that we wanted to make sure we did something with them, and so we're going to have them come in and talk about their history. So
fantastic.
Yeah.
And we talked about this last week, but Self-Care with Eileen happens 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Starting Wednesday, January the 14th, and it will run until March the 11th on the second Wednesday of the month, it looks like.
It is. So it's going to be the second Wednesday of the month, like you said, from 10 to 11. It's going to be at the Alton Square Mall. It's going to be upstairs. And as I say every time to people, if you're coming, you might want to park upstairs if stairs are not easy for you, because Penny's doesn't open until 11 and our program's over at 11. So if you can't access stairs, you want to park upstairs because the escalator is broken at the mall. So, but that's the first one is laughter yoga. So in March, we're focusing on laughter yoga. In February, singing bowls, sound bath. And then on March 11th, I do not know. I have had patrons correct me on how to pronounce this. It's Qigong. I don't care how many times I look it up. I cannot remember how to pronounce it, and I'm so sorry about that. But these are
Qigong.
There you go. I don't know.
Qigong.
So, but it's, I just figure I'm going to screw it up every
time. It is an
time.
exercise.
So it is. And so we have Eileen Wolfington. She's going to come in, and it's just an hour. You can take an hour to yourself. She's going to introduce 3 different self-care classes. They're all like breathing techniques, relaxation methods. They kind of help stress relief and enhance brain function, that kind of thing. So these are for adults, and they're tailored for adults. And it's for anybody that may or may not have physical restrictions. So please don't think that, oh, well, this sounds like, laughter yoga. Don't let yoga, intimidate you. This is for everybody. So no matter how much range you have or how limited your range is, it's for everyone. So, and again, these are all really great things to come and meet other people that are interested in the thing that you're interested in. So
you can also do that again on the 16th when you go for the winter reading retreat.
Yeah, the winter reading. So the reading retreats are a lot of fun. Kristen Noley, who is our the manager of our children's department, she started doing these when she managed our adult department, and so she has kept up with them. And so from 6 to 7:30 on January 16th, you can come. This time we'll be making. The whole point is to get people together, again, that socialization factor. So we love it when you bring it's for adults, an adult winter reading retreat. So bring your friends, bring your sisters, your aunts, your grandparents, something like that. And for adults, you can come, you can meet other people that are interested in reading. People talk about books, they talk about authors. We also have refreshments, and then we also make a craft. And so this time we're making a felt heart coaster or a Valentine card. So yeah, yeah.
So we talked about this. I just like this. The Buchanan Brothers. Old-time music is coming.
Yep. Well, it's really funny because I was talking to someone at church who mentioned old-time music, and he said, oh, the Buchanan Brothers. I said, well, they're coming to the library. It was just this really weird coincidence. and so he's like, wait, what? And so they're signed up for it. I know a couple other patrons who love our music programs. They're really excited about this one. So there are 3 of them, the Buchanans. There's Curtis, Dennis, and oh gosh, I'm losing the other one. They are Curtis is a printing company worker. Dennis is a retired union painter, and the 2 of them have been a standard in the old-time music scene in and around St. Louis for decades. So they have they play traditional tunes, fiddle origins, and Vince Corkery on bass, and Emily Buchanan on the organ and banjo and mandolin.
Cool.
So they're going to be coming, and that is January 20th from 6 to 7. Again, that's upstairs at the Alton Square Mall in the performance room. They're really great. If you haven't heard them, like I said, they play old-time music, and they are just fantastic. And so if you are looking for something to do that evening and want to hear some good music, you can come to the library and hear it. For free. Yep.
The Adult Puzzle Race Challenge is also on Thursday, January the 29th. This is a fun thing.
This is really fun. So this is, we have 7, it's limited to 7 teams, and you can have up to 4 people, 4 adults, and we give each team a 500-piece jigsaw puzzle, and then we start a timer, and then it is on. And some people are very methodical. It's really interesting to watch people put puzzles together, because some people they go at it, and other people are very methodical, do the edges first, the borders first. But we will be giving out there's a race to see who can finish it first. We have participation prizes, but we also have a grand prize. And so it's a lot of fun. This is January 29th from 6 to 7:30. You have an hour and a half to solve this puzzle. And hopefully, if you're kind of serious about a puzzle, we have some groups that are very, very serious about their puzzles. So people, if they want to call, they can call 462-0677 extension 2855, and they can register for that program, because we do need you to register, because we need to know, like I said, there's a maximum of 7 teams. So yeah.
Well, and now also on the 29th is a Ghost Next Door. That'll if that's not full.
That one I'm pretty sure is full. Okay. I looked at it last week, and it was.
They're always close.
Those are. So that's on January 29th from 7 to 8. That's going to be at the Genealogy and Local History Library, and these are really fun because they're two very different. You can get two very different kinds of people that come to these programs, because some are just interested in the history of Alton and the buildings and the city itself. And then some people are really there for the paranormal aspect of it. And then some people are there for both. And so this one we're trying each quarter to focus on a different building, give the history of a different place in Alton. And so this time it's the Milton Schoolhouse. So we'll be talking about the history of Milton Schoolhouse, what it was used for. Well, obviously it was as a school, and then post-school and what it's currently being used as. And then we'll be talking about the ghost sightings, if that's your thing and you believe in that kind of stuff. Yeah, we'll be talking about that as well. And so that's from 7 to 8 at the Genealogy and Local History Library.
Blind date with the book too is cool. That's coming up in the 1st of February.
Yep, that will be in February. So what we do is, if you're looking for a new book, a new title, a new author, and you don't really know what you want to read, you can take a chance, just like you would with a blind date. You can take a chance. We have them wrapped in paper, and all we have are some keywords on the outside of the cover that we've written on, and you don't know what you're checking out. So you may know that it's like a romance, or you may know that it's a mystery, and that may be all you know. And so it's a flyer. You check it out, see if you like it.
And now, finally, on the big section, there's 2 more that I'd like to talk about for sure. Is the murder mystery full yet?
I believe it's full, but people should definitely call anyway and put themselves on the wait list, because sometimes people do cancel, and then we'll have that fill. But we did a murder mystery, a live action murder mystery event last month or 2 months ago, and it was a big hit. It filled up.
I heard
it was
those
full.
Things go well.
People had a blast, and so we thought, well, let's do it again this time. So this time it's a murder in Mayberry, and so it's sort of like a Andy Griffith themed murder mystery, and so that's going to be from 6 to 8 at the Alton Square Mall Performance Room on February 10th. February 10th.
Really cool. And then again, that Vintage Voices Players is February 12th.
Mm-hmm. Plenty of room still left for that one, because we thought that was going to be popular, and it is proving to be popular. People are signing up for it. So instead of having it at the Genealogy and Local History Library, where we're limited on space, we are having that at our Alton Square Mall Performance Room upstairs, because we can accommodate way more people for that. So if it had been at the Genealogy Library, it would be full by now, but since we have more room, there's still room for people.
What else should we be talking about right now?
Well, we covered a lot. I just would, let people know we're in the process right now, and we haven't publicized this because the dates are still to be determined. Right now, we're the only place for the most part in town. I think there might be 1 or 2 places that maybe we, sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. Since Office Depot closed, we're really the only place in town that you can go to scan, fax, and copy.
Oh, yeah.
And do that kind of thing. And so our copy machines have been just crazy. I mean, it's the amount of printing and copying and scanning and faxing, which is great. I'm glad that we can offer that service, but our machines have been at end of life for probably the last 4 or 5 years. They really needed to have been replaced. So we're in the process of replacing those, and this may be the week. Again, it's all subject to when these machines get delivered. So there's going to be a few days of downtime while we're working on that, but we will publicize that way in advance and let people know. And I say way in advance, I shouldn't have said way in advance. We will publicize it, but we may only have a day or two's notice towards the end of this week. It might happen. It might also happen next week. Just depends on the delivery of the machines. And there's a lot that goes into it because we're networking all of our each printer at the or each computer at the library has to be networked to these. And it's not just networking to print. There's we're going to be offering for the first time a debit and credit card payment too, which we've never done, and it's 2026 and that needs
Time
to
to do
happen.
it, yep.
So there's just way more components of that coming in into play than before. So the machines might be down for several days, but we'll let people know when that's happening. But once they're back up and running, it should be a much easier process for people to print wirelessly, bringing in their machines or their flash drives to print or scan. We'll still have copying, faxing, scanning, all of those things, but they'll be on a much nicer machine. The print quality will be much better, it'll be much faster, and we're hoping that it will make it easier for people to print wirelessly. So yeah, that's all coming up. We don't know exactly when, but we hope later this week, maybe next week.
Really cool. Mary, it's always great talking to you.
Thank you for having us.
We'll talk to you at the end of the month.
All right, sounds good.
We're out of time. You guys have a great rest of your day. Enjoy it. Be good to each other. All that fun stuff.
It's supposed to be beautiful today.
It is. Was it nice when you came in?
The sun's out and it's kind of warm.
Like I said at the start of the show, the year's what you make of it. Just do something.
Yes. Come to the library.
And stay out of jail.
Yeah.